with vice chancellors, rectors, and provosts of tertiary institutions. About 1,352,988 candidates who scored 120 and above in UTME are candidates with awaiting results. Meanwhile, Oloyede disclosed that the board has withheld the results of candidates that sat for this year's UTME at correctional service centers over suspected infractions. It said there are candidates who took exams in the prison yard that are not prisoners, as the exam body has written to the correctional centers to explain how it happened. And in Ondo State, less than 48 days after he joined the People's Democratic Party (PDP), Ondo Deputy Governor Agboola Ajayi has resigned from the party. Ajayi resigned his membership of the PDP to contest the governorship race under the Zenith Labour Party (ZLP). He has been cleared by National Executive Committee of the ZLP to contest the election. Ajayi said he resigned from the PDP due to call on him by a majority of the people of Ondo State to give hope to the hopeless, provide credible and purposeful leadership in the state. Speaking through his media advisor, Alan Showore, Ajayi asked his supporters to remain focused and committed, saying he would soon announce his next line of action. He appreciated the national leadership and members of the PDP for their warm reception and acceptance in the short period he rejoined the party. Chairman of the PDP in Apoi Ward 2 of Eseodo local government area, Festus Oboro, acknowledged receipt of the resignation letter dated August 9, 2020. Ajayi had earlier resigned from the APC and rejoined the PDP on June 21, 2020. His failure to secure the party's governorship ticket made him to shop for ticket of the ZLP. Coming up in a moment on our business desk, Nigeria's stock market opens week on a negative note. Please. You're still listening to News Dawn on 92.7 KU FM. On business news this morning, Nigeria's stock market opened this week on a negative note as investors moved to take profit in value counters like Boa Cement, UACN, ATI, Zenith Bank, and UBA. Charles Operum has more on our business news this morning.
1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 1 million, 2 million. 3 million, 600 billion, and the last kobo. Oh yes, we follow the money. It's all about the business and the business of business. The gains and the losses. The bulls and bears. The rise and falls. The risk and the satisfaction of seeing the last kobo rise to millions. On KUFM's Business News, the simple and complex jargons of business just make sense. Get the trending news on the morning market, forecast, investment opportunities, policy changes, and other breakout information on the ever-busy world of business. KU Business News, Monday to Friday on our news dawn, 6:30 to 7 a.m.
On business news this morning, the nation's stock market opened trading for the week on Monday with a loss of 8 billion naira, the first decline in 7 consecutive trading sessions. The market's benchmark performance index, the NSE All Share Index, dipped yesterday by 0.06% to 25,027.61 points, while the value of listed equities closed lower at 13.055 trillion naira as against day open high of 25,041.89 points and 13.063 trillion naira respectively. This implies that investors lost about 8 billion naira. AfriInvest research and analysts anticipate a mixed performance this week as investors react to more corporate earnings releases. However, the analysts expect to see some profit-taking activities given the upbeat performance last week. Stocks had gained about 180 billion naira last week. Also, the recent devaluation of the naira will lead to a rise in the debt profile of the country and banks in naira terms, among other side effects. Central Bank of Nigeria recently adjusted the official exchange rates of the naira to the dollar on its website from 361 naira to 379 naira. A professor of capital market at Nasarawa State University, Professor Uche Walaka, said the negative side effects of the devaluation was that it would shrink asset values in dollar terms. According to him, this will affect the global ranking of banking and capital market institutions. And finally, on business, the federal government has so far spent 409,915,331,675 naira 45 kobo on the payment of severance and death benefits of ex-employees of the defunct Power Holding Company of Nigeria. Bureau of Public Enterprises disclosed this in a statement issued in Abuja by the Bureau's head of public communications, Amina Tokor. It explained that the payment streams were categorized into severance payments to the former active staff of PHCN and payment of the PHCN retirees' death benefits, which the PHCN could not pay before it handed over to the successor companies. The Bureau stated that for active staff, the total number submitted to the BPE by the PHCN was 47,913, and out of the number, 47,275, representing 99%, had been fully paid. It noted that out of the 638 outstanding active staff, there were 167 duplicate and blank spaces on the list. 414 never turned up for verification. 25 have been audited and were awaiting cash backing. 9 with initial documentation problems would soon be audited, while 23 had documentation problems. And that's it on business. In sports, Manchester United beat FC Copenhagen to reach Europa League semi-final. More to come in our sports bulletin. Manchester United needed an extra time penalty from Bruno Fernandes to finally see off a spirited FC Copenhagen and set up a potential Europa League semi-final against Wolves. United were poor for much of the first half in the heat of Cologne, but still had a penalty overturned and a goal ruled out by the video assistant referee. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's side improved and dominated the second half, but could find no way past inspired goalkeeper Carl Johan Jonsson, with Fernandes and Mason Greenwood also each hitting the post and Marcus Rashford having another effort disallowed. Fernandes finally broke through in familiar style, keeping cool to drive in United's 21st spot kick of the season at the start of the extra period to extend their marathon season by another week. Jonsson was magnificent between the posts for Copenhagen, ending the night with 13 saves as United rained down 26 efforts on goal, all told, while the Danish runners-up failed to have a single shot on target. United, who won this competition 4 seasons ago, will now face either Premier League rivals Wolves or Europa League specialists Sevilla in the last 4 in Dusseldorf next Monday night. And that's it on sports. My name is Charles Operum. Back to you, Gustavo Orlando, for the rest of the news.
And that's the news, but before we go, let's take a quick recap of the headlines. On the news, we told you that Northeast governors are lamenting about worsening insecurity, and federal government has directed civil servants on levels 12 and 13 to resume. And finally, on News Dawn this morning, Appeal Court nullifies the registration of 74 parties. Please do remember that to continue the unity of Nigeria is a collective responsibility. Be sure to play your parts. Meanwhile, coronavirus is real. Wash your hands regularly with soap and running water. Stay indoors and please stay safe. Don't forget, you can listen to us anywhere in the world, either by visiting our website at www.kufm.net, or you can download our KU mobile app from the Google Play Store. Remember, we're also live on YouTube at KUFM Nigeria. KUFM News Dawn was produced by Nosahai Owadiai. I am God's Love Orlando, saying thanks for listening and good morning.
I want to spoil my